Brawl Stars has had some crazy updates in the past year, and today we'll be talking about the temporary events. From Spongebob to Godzilla, let's break them down and rank them. Here we go. Hey everyone, my name is Mr. Hippo, and today we're going to be looking at the best and worst of temporary events in Brawl Stars. So to start off, we have the Godzilla event. The Godzilla event was almost a year ago now. I am so old. And obviously it included mutations, monster eggs, and Godzilla Buzz. This event is looked back upon now very, very fondly, but many people forget how it was received. Bugs, glitches, and horrible decisions plagued this event's early days, but Brawl Stars did fix most of these issues fairly quickly. Having limited eggs on a very luck-based game mode, however, the Godzilla one for trophies, was definitely a decision that was made. However, the rewards overall were good, and the eggs were really fun to open, I can't lie. Also, the event had a guaranteed free skin if you were in a good club, which was an amazing choice. Another positive and negative is obviously the mutations. Most of them were very fun and a nice change of pace. However, Rico and Ruffs absolutely ruined most of these game modes because since it was for trophies, people just played the meta brawlers, which in this case was Rico and Ruffs. But overall, they were a really fun gimmick, especially since it was the first time we ever had anything like this. And also, I failed to mention that it's a collab with Godzilla. Like, that is the coolest thing ever, especially for a first-time major collab, because Brawl Stars never really had any collabs that were like this before. So that is why we will be moving Godzilla up into the A tier. The next temporary event that I want to discuss is the Classic Brawl event. The Classic Brawl event was honestly a great idea, and it brought so many people back to the game by returning the Mega Boxes, which is by far the most iconic Brawl Stars removed feature, and honestly, feature in general. This event also brought back so much hype and excitement in the community. For longtime players, seeing the Brawl Talk with Ryan and Frank was awesome. However, the event did have many issues. For starters, this event came with no modifiers that most of these temporary events have to help spice up the game, and I wasn't a biggest fan of the new game modes. The gun game mode, where you switch brawlers after every kill, was alright, but I personally really did not enjoy the all-same brawler game mode. It made games feel very repetitive and bland. The main issue with these, however, is the fact that you were kind of forced to play them to get Mega Boxes, because otherwise you got them at an absurdly slow rate. And my main other issue with the event, in my opinion, was it was just very bland. One Mega Box every 3 days just isn't satisfying to play for or enjoy. And I think that the progression could have been handled a lot better. However, on the positive note, I do like the fact that it's a non-collab, and going back to OG Brawl was a good idea. Also, having guaranteed hypercharge skins like Sovereign Rico is amazing. It was overall a very average event. Nothing special, nothing horrible. And that's why we're moving Classic Brawl to C tier. The next event up on our list is the Spongebob event. Let me get the bad out of the way first. The power-ups being based on classes was a step in the right direction. However, a lot of them were very overpowered, especially the Chum Bucket one, the aimbot one. It was way too overtuned and caused almost every game with these modifiers to just turn into a cult spray fest. This power-up, along with the infinite heal strat and trio showdown, really messed with a lot of the fun of the power-ups. The last major downside is the random shop and discounts, where many players got fully free skins and other things, while some players got very unlucky. Now for the pros. First off, it's Spongebob. Being able to play as Squidward or Mr. Krabs is very cool, and the fact that Brawl Stars landed a collab like this is insane. The free Spongebob skin is also very nice, the one from the club, and Trio Showdown is a very fun game mode when it's not being abused. This event was really awesome, and being able to choose what you want through the shop is a very good idea. Also, the fact of having a separate currency that was also temporary was a very good addition because it allows the team to give out more currency that feels more satisfying, while also being able to better balance it because they don't have to fit into any existing systems. And because of all these reasons, the Spongebob event is going to go at B tier. And now we have the one that everyone has been waiting for, the Toy Story collab. What can I even say that hasn't been said by every YouTuber ever? Let's start with the good. Temporary brawlers are an interesting idea that could be a solution to the slowly overwhelming amount of brawlers, and also Toy Story is a really cool IP to collab with. Also, the new contest score system was cool and unique, and the 2v2 game modes were really cool. Now, let's get to the bad. The addition of Buzz Lightyear to this game was one of the worst choices I have ever seen in modern gaming. He was stupidly overpowered, and his different modes allowed him to dominate every single game mode. It was impossible to play a single game without him in it, and he essentially ruined ladder for the 2 months he was around. Every single complaint that I saw on Twitter and Reddit were fully valid. And the problem here is Brawl Stars is stuck. They either nerf him and no one plays him, essentially making his addition to the game pointless, or they leave him in this broken state and just blaze through the 2 months he's there and hope they come out alright on the other side. And I think we all know which one they chose. But buzz aside, the event was just a worser version of the previous ones. No modifiers to keep the game fresher, which was my main complaint in the classic Brawl event, and the rewards were just horrible for progression. The contests barely felt worth it for what they gave, and also got more annoying and stale the second time around. I remember the last few contests that happened, only like 7 people were actually doing them anymore, because most people realized it just wasn't really worth it. And now I need to go on a bit of a tangent. I love and really appreciate the Brawl Stars dev team, but their handling of the glitch with the pizza slices was horrible. The way that many people could buy the entire shop on day one was so unfair, and not taking away their progression that was obtained unfairly was a horrible decision. With only 400 slices as compensation for the players that didn't get the glitch, this just caused many people to not feel excited about playing the event because they just felt bummed out that they didn't get this treatment, and it allowed the players who got the glitch to not have to play because they already got everything. Honestly, this event just really misses the mark and shows that the Brawl team might really need to spend more time refining things and making sure every addition to the game is actually polished and ready for release. And this is why Buzz Lightyear goes at F tier. Overall, the Toy Story event really missed the mark in my opinion. But that can't be said for the last event I'm talking about today. And I think you've already guessed it by now, the Angels vs. Demons event. The Angels vs. Demons event shows that a collab isn't necessary to make an amazing temporary event. Let's start off with the only complaint I have with this event. No guaranteed hypercharge skin is not a good move. Even if the player is given many drops, there will always be unlucky people that cannot get it even with max progression, and I feel like that just makes players who don't get the skin feel discouraged. This, along with the fact that almost all of these temporary events have had at least a free skin, maybe not a hypercharge skin, but at least a free skin like the El Primo skin or other things, really makes it weird that this event decided not to do that. But that's the only downside I have with it. Now let's talk about the positives. The progression from this event was absolutely insane. Having normal progression, along with being able to obtain the amazing skins from the drops for free, was amazing. The contests giving upwards of 20 drops, along with daily drops being replaced with the event ones, which are already better, was a great idea. And honestly, I maxed a lot of brawlers this season because of these progression buffs. Along with this, the power-ups, besides Spike with Demon Fire, were very balanced and actually pretty fun, especially compared to the other events. And both of the game modes added in this update were actually pretty enjoyable as well. Spirit Wars, which is a siege rework, which was pretty good when you weren't getting cheesed. And Soul Collector I actually really liked because it was basically just kill confirmed from other popular games. And it worked pretty well in Brawl Stars. And I think it's a lot more competitive than Brawl Hockey. And these game modes, along with the randomness of the event, really made it like a treat each day to log in, especially to like see what side you're on, Angels versus Demons. You know, it was very intriguing and interesting to do. Overall, this event is the gold standard of temporary events, and I hope future events can even come close to how great this event was. And this is why Angels vs. Demons is S tier, undisputably the best. And this is the final list, completely done. And that was every temporary event in Brawl Stars, at least so far. There's one coming very soon in April, and I have seen a lot of really cool theories for what it could be, like the Minecraft movie collab, or like a Minecraft collab, for example. And I hope it's going to be a good one. And I hope that they take all of these events that they've done in the past and use them to build for the future. And that's everything. Thank you so much for getting this far in the video. I appreciate the support, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.